Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be trying out the new Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. So I haven't tried a Nars foundation in years now. The only one I've ever tried was the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation. And even though I really like that one, it did have a really pretty natural finish with like a hint of glowiness. I love foundations like that. That's like my favorite kind of finish. But the reason I never repurchased that one was because I could never find my perfect match. I think I started off with the shade Fiji, and that one was really light on me. Even though it did have a nice yellow undertone, it just didn't match my neck. And then same thing with the shade Punjab. That one I always found really weird because it was described as a medium shade with a yellow or maybe golden undertone, but for some reason it always pulled really neutral on me, almost pinky actually. Something about their undertones just never worked for me. I could never find a shade that would match me. So I did pick this up in the shade medium 1 Punjab, which I know you're probably thinking like, why would you get the shade Punjab when it didn't match you in the Sheer Glow foundation? But I feel like they have improved their shade range and especially their undertones since trying the Sheer Glow. It does seem to be a lot more yellow than Punjab in the Sheer Glow foundation, so I'm really happy about that. I did try this out the other day, but I didn't wear it for more than like 5 minutes. I really just wanted to see if it matched me or not, so I think it does. But I'm going to be testing it out today. So this retails for $49 US, and you do get 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty standard for most foundations, I would say. It comes in 36 different shades. It says that it's an advanced makeup skincare hybrid foundation with a natural finish that quickly blurs and smooths while visibly improving skin's clarity over time. It has medium coverage, a natural finish, and it is a liquid foundation. And a few other highlights that I'm seeing here on the Sephora app. It says that it's good for redness, dullness, uneven texture, and dark spots. So I think that's what they mean by improving your skin's clarity over time. So I'm definitely gonna have to wear this quite a few times to really see any sort of difference, if any. I am gonna go ahead and apply the foundation with a brush on one half of my face and then a sponge on the other half. And because I want to see how this foundation performs on its own without a primer, I'm not going to be using any primers. The only thing I have on my skin right now is my skincare and my sunscreen. I'm going to go ahead and apply it with a brush first. This is the Real Techniques buffing brush. It is a really liquidy foundation, so I'm going to make sure to really mix it so that all of the pigments can be evenly dispersed. And it does have a pump, by the way, which I do really appreciate. So as you can see, it does have a pretty yellow undertone, especially compared to Punjab in the Sheer Glow foundation. This is a way better match for me. I'm just gonna blend out what I have here first and then probably add a little bit more. So I did do one more pump, and I'm just patting that on. This doesn't seem to dry down too quickly. I feel like I do have some time to blend it out. The sides of my nose are my trouble spot when it comes to foundation. They just always look really cakey on me no matter what. But this one doesn't look cakey so far, which I am very happy about. Okay, so that was about 2 pumps of foundation. I probably would have used less only because I swatched it so heavily to show you what it looked like. But I think normally I would only use 1 pump for one half of my face. I don't even feel the need to go over it with a sponge, which is what I usually do. Yeah, I think it looks really nice and smooth. It really evened out my skin tone. It does seem to have solid medium coverage. It did cancel out the redness that I had here on my cheek. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply it with a sponge now. I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. I think that's what it's called. This is my favorite makeup sponge. So I'm gonna go ahead and dot it on my face. I did pump out 2 more pumps. Just gonna press that in. So far, it seems to be blending out really easily with a sponge. I'm definitely getting a little bit less coverage, but I feel like it looks a little bit more skin-like with a sponge, but really I'm liking both so far. If you want more coverage, I would say going with a brush. And if you want more of a light skin-like look, I would say going with a sponge. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap over this side with a sponge just to even it out a little bit. It does look a little bit more skin-like now that I went over it with a sponge, but I was liking the way that it looked with a brush anyway. I just kind of wanted to even it all out, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna try to move quickly because I do want to show you what this foundation looks like in natural lighting. I don't even know what time it is. It is currently 5:24 p.m. I'm going to try to wear this foundation for at least 6 hours. I do need to get ready to go out of the house and run some errands, so I'm going to do my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, so I finished up applying the rest of my makeup and here is what the foundation is looking like. I didn't have any issues with any of the products applying over top of it. Everything blended really easily. I have no complaints so far, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. I do want to test this out for a few hours. Hey guys, so it is the next day. It got a little bit late yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to show you what this foundation looks like in natural lighting, but I am in my room right now in front of my windows and I am loving the way that this looks in natural lighting and really just any lighting so far. I love how healthy it looks. It looks really skin-like as well, and I don't feel it at all. It's super lightweight, very comfortable. I applied it almost exactly the same as I did yesterday. The only difference is that I did apply the foundation with only a brush first, and then I tapped over it with a sponge, but other than that, I still didn't prime. I did pretty much the same thing. It's also barely sinking into my smile lines. So when I pair it with a primer, the next time that I try it, I feel like it's not gonna sink in at all. I can already tell, but I will see you yesterday. So it is now 11:44 p.m. I can't see without my glasses, but I have been wearing this foundation for a little over 5 hours now, I think. I'm pretty sure I finished applying my makeup around 6:30 or so. I cannot say enough good things about this foundation. Like, I really didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I do, especially after only wearing it, I guess, twice now, but the first time I didn't do any sort of wear test. I only wore it for like 5 minutes, but I really do love the way that this is looking on my skin. It looks almost the same as when I first applied it. I don't know if this is kind of me cheating, but I did end up spraying a little bit of setting spray a couple of hours after I applied everything, just because my skin started feeling a little bit tight, but I don't think that has anything to do with the foundation. I did apply powder all over, and I think because of being home all day and the heater running pretty much 24/7, my skin has been feeling a little bit tight and slightly dehydrated. So I think I needed a little bit of setting spray, but I really don't feel like that affected the wear of this foundation. I think even if I wouldn't have applied any setting spray, this would have looked just as good. I know that this foundation is gonna wear even better over top of my usual primer combo. I am filming this on my iPhone, by the way, in front of my vanity mirror. That's why it's looking a little bit bright. And I should probably show you a little bit closer what the foundation is looking like. I don't know if you can see it. I know sometimes phone cameras can smooth out your skin a little bit. At least I feel like iPhones do that, but overall I think it looks really good. I just feel like it looks really healthy. I love this natural finish. I feel like depending on whatever primer I use underneath it, it's gonna change the finish a little bit. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I haven't blotted at all. I usually do blot at least once, like every 3 to 4 hours or so, because I do get pretty shiny. But I feel like I don't even need to do that with this foundation. I am not looking excessively oily or anything, and I haven't reapplied any powder either. So yeah, overall, I think this foundation is an A+ for me. I am definitely gonna be wearing it whenever I can. I think that is everything for this foundation wear test. I give this foundation a huge thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am gonna go to bed now. I will see you in my next one. Bye.